Hey, Decathlon Gamer, welcome back to PCM23 Lions. This is episode 17. I was planning on bypassing the Vuelta Asturias, but one stage. Fit profile wise, competition is pretty tough. First two stages were pretty tough. Third stage, not much easier, but it is our kind of profile that we may have a shot at. Full team effort, probably not. We're probably going to just be inside top 10, maybe squeeze the top 5, probably not be contending for the win, but hey, worth a shot, right? Better take the chance than give up entirely. So race day condition wise, we had one expected +5 fitness peak. Osman set for this as he's one of our weaker domestic young riders, and everybody else had a neutral 0. So we have the exact expected race day condition. And as a Shimway who drew a -2 drops out the back, we are getting into the late phase of this one. 36k to go. The breakaway still has an over 2-minute advantage. I didn't feel we were going to be strong enough to put riders into the breakaway today to be competitive. Even if the breakaway were to hold on to the stage, they wouldn't do anything more than squeeze, a top 10. They'd get dropped. They would definitely get dropped before the end. In fact, they probably would have been dropped by now. You can see quite a few riders of the break have been dropped, and I'm sure they would have been amongst them. But anyway, Peloton itself still hanging in there, all but a Shimway. But Osman, Samuels, they need to gel up now for this last phase. As for now, they're just recovering. They're going to offer a slight amount of protection. They certainly won't last long on this next climb. There's still 3 more climbs to go, and we're going to be down to 3 riders pretty soon. But fortunately, all 3 of those riders, at least, are in good shape and will be able to ride together, presumably on the final climb. 220 to the front riders, though. Still, it's a little bit much. Whoa, kudos. Do you want to not go backwards really fast? Make sure they all kind of hang in there a little bit better. Osman and the other big negative, Samuels, starting to go backwards. Last 2 riders off front and suddenly down to 30 seconds with our tempo lifting and their tempo being survival rate. Breakaway is no longer a threat. Somehow still 72 riders, really only a handful have been dropped, including down to 2 climbs. With just 3 riders, we absolutely have to leave it till the final climb to have any chance. Like I was saying, profile is one thing, and it's not easy, but the competition, we've got a lot of guys in high 70s for ratings, something we do not match. Yeah, Samuel's going backwards. Kudos, for whatever reason, keeps drifting back really fast. There was a bit of an acceleration from a few riders there. It was very quickly negated. Down to 33. Sarai. Nearly going out the back, but he will hang on-ish. Rider Chad Haga just cost us Zarai. I mean, my effort that I put him on is what cost him the position, which cost him to drift. But Haga was in contact, Zarai was in contact, and then Haga just decided, no, I'm done for the day. And Zarai was the next rider just behind him. So instead of hanging on to the back of the group, he gets dropped. Gel for kudos. Protect Mullebron, clearly the best rider of the day for us. And Zarai will not regain contact. He's done. So that's unfortunate. Our 3 became 2 out of a break in the group that literally saw 2 riders dropped. The guy who lost the contact plus our guy who was hanging on to the tail end. 4.5K. Here comes the big acceleration. Bowman. Yeah, we're following Bowman. Okay. Debod, Amasqueta, Figueiredo. Kudos negates it. 3K though. Pellizzari off to the races. That's what we're competing against. He's got that plus the difficulty bonus, which is as high as he is. It's about a +4 just about. So he's, 81 mountain, 82 medium mountain. Probably using that medium mountain right now. Kudos is already done. 2.6K for LeBron, and he just does not have enough quality. He's not 80 plus. He's barely 75 plus. Even with race day condition bonus. 1.8K. He will just go as fast as he can. Finish as high as he can. 7 riders have already split off. He's currently 8th, 9th positionally. 1K to go. .300 meters. He'll take 9th place. Pellizzari takes the win. So even if we could keep up with the secondary group, Pellizzari easily rode away. Seb Berwick, Adria, quite strong. And 8th place finish for LeBron. Next day, 1st of May, I have work to do because I'm going to have to go through, do my search, find the riders that we can potentially sign for next season, and start the dossiers. This is, other than January 1st. May 1st is the longest day on the calendar. We did lose quite a bit of sponsor confidence, though. Quite a bit. 1 failure, and we lose quite a bit. So that one hurt. And we actually did succeed on one of the 2 other objectives. Kudos got a top 10. So the 1 star, the half star, but 1 3-star failure, and we suddenly drop off. We even got a plus with the top 25, and the results are still quite high. We are starting to get that Mulebron bonus, so that registered riders is improving, that squad level is improving, but Mulebron's already starting to fall off just a little bit, and Gibbons is falling off more, so the squad eval is slipping just slightly. 2 more 1 stars before we get into the big 3. Tried to put a rider into the break today. It was Osman. He was one of 12 riders who tried to go up the road. They chased us down pretty hard. He was pretty tired, so when I saw virtually that entire group attack once again, I was like, oh, no way they're getting away. So I was like, okay, we'll recover this time. Only to see 10 of the 12, so only 1 other rider, along with Osman, who is incredibly weak and not a threat at all. Saw them just comfortably ride away, completely unchallenged by the peloton, and push out to a very quick 4.5 minute break. That 4.5 minutes is already down to 3.5 as we are getting started on probably the most important race of our entire season. Certainly of this section of the season. Here's why it's so important. First off, our super success is faded. It's still a super success by literally a single percentage point. 1%. That's it. So if we are going to have a super success in these last 3 objectives, we're going to have to succeed probably in 2 out of 3. And in 2 out of 3, it's a mighty tall order to try to succeed in them. 1 out of 3 has a legitimate shot, but it's not going to be easy. That's this. So here we are. It's Mercantour. We need a top 10. We came in with lots of objectives, but only 1 fitness peak. This first climb, we're already fading a little bit. I'm going to have to increase just a little bit the effort. I don't think Osman's going to last all the way to the top. Let's go ahead and gel up. We're down to 82k to go. He's hanging on for now. Kaur, these are our two young prospects who almost climb as well as anybody else who's not here, which, by the way, a couple of the guys that are not here because of injuries. So we have picked up some injuries. We are facing some obstacles that are setting us back a little bit. Kaur, 64 base. Gibbons is a 65, but Gibbons has been racing plenty. Osmond, 64, and out. Those were my two replacements for the injured guys. I was at least able to throw an objective at them since they didn't have any. Gave them +2s on what was expected. Speaking of based on what was expected versus what we got, I got a good race day condition draw. Bit of a rarity of late this season, at least in the middle portion of this season. De Villiers is fading, but he's going to make it over the top. It's a long enough descent. He should recover. He's right towards the tail end here, though. He does make it over the top. Okay, I'm going to also send him back with water. That helps on the recovery side as he drops back a little bit more. Number of riders going down, including leaders. Big-time leaders. A lot of the favorites were involved in a crash just now that will see the fate of this race change quite a bit. But also the fate of this race could be changed with 87 riders losing contact. Not a big gap between the groups, and a little bit of a valley before we start climbing again means there's at least a chance that these guys will regain contact. But the likes of De Villiers, not even interested in getting the water 57k front anymore. But looks like we're about to make contact. Maybe. Do these guys make it? Do they succeed? De Villiers not recovering terribly well on that descent. Oh, contact for a second. Again, contact for a second. A lot of these guys looking like they I have no interest in being the one who bridges the gap here. If these guys do it, yay. If they don't, De Villiers, one of 70 riders losing contact, is not a bad thing. Okay, we are going to gel up for him. And this, the second climb, is time to intensify what we're doing a little bit. Let's push to 79 now and figure out. Kudos is definitely number one guy. +5, best we've seen him. 79 mountain rating today is going to give him a chance. By the way, let's talk about those chances real quick. You know what? I can let it run. It's not going to be that crazy for the next little bit. I think Mullenbron's got to be the other one we ride. Yeah, 76 with 73 stamina or 75 stamina. De Villiers has nearly made it back up here. Take over for a Shimway if he does make contact. I might have to tell these guys to back off a little bit. Or will he make it? Nope, he's not going to make it, which means I need to tell these, well, this one, back off, back off, back off, back off. Take a Shimway with you. Take a Shimway with you. Let's go, let's go. There you go. Okay. Now restore your position. And De Villiers is going to go backwards. Just had to slow him down enough to reach over and grab that bottle. Well, anyway, man, we are quickly up this climb. Down to 89 in the peloton. 3 guys attacked are off the front. And then there's the 8 that they're chasing. Now, I was going to see, let's give it a second and see if those 3 escape the now 11 that we have. Okay, De Villiers set to auto. Flores goes to the back. He's certainly capable. Chances. I wanted to talk about our chances today. Dina, is he one of the ones who just attacked? There's not too much quality there, but there is a lot of quality here. Lenny Martinez is the favorite. 77 mountain, 81 hills. Lutsenko is here. There is absolutely 5 guys who are quite good. 5 guys who are going to be a massive threat to take the top 5 positions. We are not on the list of favorites, but it does start to fall off after about 8 riders, and those last few following those top 5 are guys we can maybe challenge. So top 5 feels unrealistic. Top 10 is going to be a challenge, but does seem possible, as again you have a drop off after the top riders, the top contenders for this race, the podium favorites, top 5 favorites. But yeah, after that, I feel like it's possible that we could come away with something in this race. We're down to something. Let's take a second. Zurai. Okay. I've got 3 guys. There are 10 up the road, and now suddenly that's seen as the peloton. How or why is this suddenly seen? What? Because Dina's here and Flores are here? Because Lenny Martinez is here. Lenny Martinez has bridged the gap, left our group behind, but there's still a chase. Roland is chasing. Yeah, there's still a chase happening, so we're okay. Down to 2 guys, though. And a Shimway. Not going to make the top, I don't think. Tell him to hang on as best he can, and then tell LeBron to protect Kudos. We will make it through this climb. We'll make it to the base of the final climb intact in the group, with 2 off the front and 34 chasing. Shimway does not make it, though. How much quality is left behind? We're looking at a lot of guys in the low 70s here. Nix, 75, getting dropped. Better than any rider we have on our entire team. Bahrain victorious rider. He's wearing their number 1 jersey, and he's been dropped. Now 26 chasing 2, so top 28 is assured, but only 2 riders here. We will get recovery. We will certainly make it through this portion as 2 riders go down here at the front. Vandina Biel among them, Prodholm among them. That's, I think, 2 of the top 10 favorites that were towards that back end, guys we've been racing against, so seeing them dropped here, handy for us, though a group regains contact in those front 2, including Lenny Martinez. Who's with him? Oh, Dina. Yeah, those 2 are going to be tough to catch, but it's not a big advantage, and riding just the pair of them is going to give us a chance. Look at that recovery already. I like it. We could be fully recovered for the final climb, potentially, but at just 2 riders. Group A3 was where both Zurai and Ashimwe were a moment ago. We dropped a rider from here, so that's why it's now A4. Zurai was dropped from that group and in just Ashimwe. Ashimwe should recover. There's about 20-something riders in that group. 25. There we go. It's back down to A3. So if they regain contact, we get Ashimwe back. But as tired as he is, I'd rather not see that happen. That's too much firepower for other teams coming back for a very tired and exhausted Ashimwe. 19K to go. Those 2 riders off the front down to just 35 seconds, which means Lenny Martinez could have ruined his own race by trying to go a climb too early. Kudos, fully recovered. 79 is no longer going to be adequate. Let's set up an 82 here at first. Just 1 rider left off the front. It's Dina attacking. Lenny Martinez deciding he is going to remain here in the main bunch. Yeah, he's just there to our right. There he is. Number 11, Buitrago. Another excellent rider compared to what we have, but Kudos could be in for something today. 10K to go. There's Dina. Vandina Biel leading things out, so he's already back in contact after that crash. And working for Lutsenko. Rivera. Buitrago on the attack. I don't need to go with the attacks. What I need to do is go with the non-attacks. This, though, is starting to feel... I mean, that's too many guys going clear. This is not what I want. I don't want to be the one chasing. But if 6... it stopped at 6. Roland, Rivera, Van der Brecken are chasing. Yeah, this is making me nervous, folks. I don't like those 6 going up the road. Leaves 4 spots. 15 riders chasing. Lenny Martinez, after all that work, gets dropped, so it's down to 5 off the front. That's good. We're down to 14. One more rider out of contention. 6.8. Down to 12. And we've caught Martinez. Front group breaking up. 5.7. Okay, now I'm starting to feel more confident in our chances of a top 5, because we're down to just the 5 riders ahead of us, and they're all split up. Well, not all split up, just one. The gap, though. The gap. 4.5. It's time. Now we can start putting our foot down. Mulebron, kudos, doing something in the last 4K. Put this group under pressure. All we need to do, there's 10 others beside us. 4 can finish ahead of us. So right now it's 16 riders. I account for 2. So there's 14 others in contention. 2.6. Gel. Top 14 now assured. Top 13. 2K. Okay, Mulebron responding to Reichenbach and setting up kudos. And we've got a top 10 assured. We have a top 10 assured. Kudos. 500 meters sprinting for the line. He will score a top 10. The only sad thing is it feels like it could have been a top 5. Even Mulebron takes 8th. I told you there was too many strong guys. Dina, Buitrago, Simmons, Lutsenko, those 4 in particular. Zambanini was certainly in that top 10 favorites. Those guys were all favorites. Lenny Martinez really the only one. You had 4 of your top 5 favorites, and then you had 1 of those kind of next 3 right there, and we beat the group. That was the key. Just score the top 10. Top 5 would have been a very nice bonus, but as strong as that field was, really only one guy in the top 5 messed up, and that was Lenny Martinez, thinking he should attack the climb before the climb and then go solo, and that's just too hard with too much firepower behind him. No idea how Dina recovers and scores that, though. He must have been on a +5 today because he was in the break. Actually, he was the other one that attacked with him, right? So it worked out for one of them. Well, that's a strange thing to happen. We succeed in an objective and see our sponsor confidence decrease. Yeah. Right? It went down by about 3%, even though we succeeded. The results are still here. The registered riders is in the same place. The squad evaluation gets lower. Mulebron popularity, Gibbons popularity just inching their way downward. So we don't get a credit for the registered riders on that one, as Mulebron is like hovering right on the enough to be a single plus kind of guy to, oh, now he's not enough again. And so our sponsor confidence falls because we already have max rating on the results. We need popularity right now, particularly in either Mulebron or Gibbons. Weird place to be in. You still get bonuses for noteworthy results, which we just picked up 2 more pluses in the last few days, which had put me from where we're at right now to that, just into that happy zone. And then we succeed at a key sponsor objective and it falls. It decreases. Now more than ever, we need to continue to push to succeed. We've got just those 2 objectives left, and they are going to be the make or break for the super success and an extra like 8,000 or 9,000 for next season. Now, actually, we're not going to spend anywhere near to our budget either way, so it's not going to change what we sign this year. It's going to change what we sign in future seasons. As we grow, as we have better riders that require improved salaries. Also, we need to build our reputation so that we can pay them less. They can accept less and not demand so much. So there's kind of double trade-offs on that. But disappointing. I'm really disappointed to see a success somehow be considered a failure. But anyway, we are 35th in the team rankings. 35th is pretty dang good. We've already exceeded our points from last season by roughly 100. And it's just the end of May. We still have many months ahead of us on the season. But of course, a lot of that's going to be quicksim. We really have just 2 more races we're going to be focusing on this year, and then signings and moving on. But we'll easily score over 1,000 points this season, which will be our first time accomplishing that goal. And it certainly feels good. In Africa, Eritrea is dominating the rankings compared to other nations, but that is mostly down to a now 5.5-star excellent Benyam Gourmet. Gourmet does have an expiring contract, but he is so far out of our league. He costs more dossier points than we would even have for the entirety of the year, so there's literally no chance to even approach him. He's not coming down to a continental team with his level of quality. But he alone is putting us in a position to potentially see another training point. Pretty sure he's the one who got us there 2 seasons ago at the end of that first season where Eritrea suddenly had a bonus to its training structure. It could happen again. He's certainly scored a lot of points. We need to see, though, just how high is 4,200 in the overall rankings. We'll look in just a second, but first, Menkes, who is close to retirement, barely ahead of us now. Moulebron just behind him. Stefan Nabad is pretty dang good, but he's got another year on his contract, or 2. It's not expiring this year. But Gibbons, Kudos are up there next. We're ahead of Tesfatsian. Eruroya has an expiring contract, but actually he's just about maxed out on his potential, and with his age, he, Gabrets who's available, are not going to be targets of ours into the coming season. So we're not going to be picking up any veterans. We are going to be going for young riders. I'll let you know right now that there is one that I'm quite excited about. Now, while he might be 10th in the rankings, Gabraevet is our only expiring contract, and even though he is better of an option in terms of potential than Eruroya or Gabrets, I do have better riders with better potential on the team already and available in this offseason. So Gabraevet will be leaving the team, and we'll be able to turn those funds into another rider. I'll have to decide really how many I want to sign, who the best options are, how much we want to grow the team by as we enter next season. At this point, nothing is showing up as making us likely to hit Continental Pro this coming season yet. We might still be 1 more year away from enough development internally to make that happen. We have enough prospects that will eventually get us there, but their development, little stunted. My trainers are limited. African-only trainers. There's only a single groundbreaking trainer. That's it. One African groundbreaking trainer, period. And we've got them, obviously. There are maybe 4 modern, but all my guys are high-end prospects, meaning groundbreaking. So we're not matching well with our trainers, which it is slowing development of riders, making it take longer. It's not stopping it, but it is making it take longer. They are progressing more slowly than I am used to. We've got guys in second year of contracts that are good prospects that have progressed, but only progressed so much. But I'm trying to put the main ones on our piss poor groundbreaking trainer. A little bit limited. A little bit limited on things. Gourmet's in the top 8 in the world. 8th best. That could be a trigger point for training for Eritrea. So he could be succeeding in putting us in such a place as to see Eritrea grow as a nation in the coming season. They, by the way, are 14th in the world rankings. I think he might pull it off. That's going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.